Hello, hello. Welcome to A Novel Console, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Carradine.
Hello.
How are you doing today, Carradine?
I'm fine. How are you?
Why does every single episode that we start, you're always in such a low, unmotivated...
I have to build myself up to it, okay?
You have to build yourself up, so we have to keep going with the episode, and hopefully eventually you'll catch up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You know what that sounds like?
What?
It sounds nothing like our Patreon supporters.
Oh my god. You and these damn Patreon segues.
I haven't done this in a long time, so I think we're just going to start plugging the Patreon again at the beginning of the episode. Because I'm pretty sure everybody tunes out as soon as we say what the food is going to be rated. So yeah, Patreon, $2 a month gets you access to extra episodes, access for you to vote on polls for future games and books that we get to review.
It's not just games.
Yep, eventually we're going to start adding food to the list too. So we'll have, instead of a backlog of Doom, a back cauldron?
What?
Back cauldron of Doom?
No, that's terrible.
No?
That's terrible. No.
Well, if the listeners want, they can suggest the name for the backlog of Doom, but food related.
I can't.
It can't be the backlog. As much as I would love to call it the backlog.
No.
It would be pretty bad.
It just needs an entirely different name. Just simple. Make it simple.
Yeah, something simple. Talking about stuff that's not bad. Adam Blank, host of Remember the Game, who was a guest on our show for the
Zelda month.
For Zelda month. He did a 24-hour live stream again. So
He's crazy.
He did this on Saturday the 18th, ending on Sunday the 19th. And his goal was to reach $10,000 for the whole stream. He reached $9,613 for the whole stream, which is not bad at all. You
didn't say what he was raising money for.
Oh, it's for the Stroley...
Isn't it like the children's hospital?
Stollery Kids Children Hospital,
okay.
Which is the biggest hospital apparently in Alberta, Canada. So yeah, so he was...
Nickelback's home country.
Yes, Nickelback's home country. He was doing that. He was like 300 and some change short of the 10,000.
That's pretty impressive.
So yeah, so we're going to donate to this great cause. If you guys would like to donate, we're going to put the links pinned to our profiles that let us pin shit so that you guys can go donate. It'll be open till the end of the year. And it doesn't matter if you do $5, $10, $20, whatever you want. Just make sure that if you do donate, that you put your name in so Adam can thank you and all that stuff. So it would be pretty great. Speaking of great things, you got something fun in the mail.
I did.
And they paid
now
you.
I feel uncomfortable talking about it.
They paid you to talk about it too on your Bookstagram.
Yeah. So I got an email a couple weeks ago from this company called Vush. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's like Vroom and Bush having a baby together.
You know,
Vush.
It's really funny that you say Bush because it is it's a sex toy company. So they're like, hey, if you'll promote one of our new pop collection items, we'll pay you how much you want. So I told them how much I would charge. They're like, we just need an Instagram post and some stories. And I did that last week, and I was very afraid I was going to get canceled. Thankfully, I didn't. But
why would you get canceled over a dildo?
It's not a dildo. It's a vibrator.
Why?
I don't know. Some people, like, there's still a really big stigma around it, unfortunately. And some people get really offended by things like that. They probably live in the state of Texas.
They probably do. They're probably trying to ban every single book that they can find.
Every book, every abortion, everything.
Ban abortions. If somebody's having an abortion and they ban it, they have to shove the baby back inside.
Oh my God. Okay, next topic.
No. Tell me about the code that they gave you for ordering the thing.
Oh yeah, you could if you want to go buy some things on their website. I mean, it was really high quality vibrator.
It's like a bullet.
You can use my code POPCARADIN to save. If
How
you don't
much?
know how to spell my name, then you can go look at the show notes. I think they're doing like 25% off through the end of the year.
With
Something
your
like that. Yeah.
pop keratin?
Yeah, so go save some money on dildos and shit.
Nice.
G-spot vibrators.
I mean, if you have
everything.
a family member that you hate, you can buy them a dildo, right? And just
So
tell
it'll
them.
make you a happy
No,
person.
tell them that it's an action figure of themselves.
Mm-mm.
So that yeah,
No,
that's nice.
that's not how it
It's
works
lovely.
because dildos make people happy.
I mean, well, depending on who you are, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got some fun school trivia that I thought I could share.
It was very random.
Yeah, it's super random. And the reason I picked this out is because I was taking a class on humanities, which I finished. Thank God. It was the most fucking boring class. It was humanities, and it was all about paintings and art. My final project was about how pixel art is great for storytelling.
I mean, that's fun though.
I mean, I guess because it's something that I know, and pretty much I just wrote everything and had to find some bullshit reference websites to plug in to the reference table, because all of the whole thing I just wrote it directly from my head. Like if the professor says, "Where did you find this information out?" Probably like, how old am I? 31. I would say 15 years of video,
Jeez.
25 years of video game experience, not 15. So. Yeah,
That's
I know what I'm talking about somewhat. But we had some quizzes that we had to take, and here are a couple of questions that I want you to answer, and they're weird, especially the first one. Which instrument originated in Africa and may have been the only one permitted on the slave ships? Take a guess.
A ukulele,
No,
guitar,
no,
harmonica,
no.
flute,
Think Africa.
Africa,
In the
blessing the rains.
No, in the ages where they would sail their ships into different.
I don't know. What does that have to do with a musical instrument?
Okay, so the musical instrument is the banjo.
I mean that there was no way for me to put that together.
I know.
No.
It's so weird because they gave me a list of things. I'm like, the banjo. That's like the whitest instrument in the world. How
Little did you know it wasn't always a white instrument.
So the banjo originated in Africa and may have been the only musical instrument permitted on the slave ships. So it wasn't trade routes, it was slave routes. Whoops.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, that's really bad. All right, so moving on from banjos, we have the next one. Which character type finds expression in post-war literature? You should know this.
What are the multiple choices?
No, just
No,
give me-
you got to give me the multiple choices.
No, I don't
can't
have the
just pull this out of my ass.
I don't have multiple choices because I forgot to copy them all down.
Then
But
you fail. What's the question again?
which character type finds expression in post-war literature?
I don't know. What's the answer?
The existential anti-hero.
Yeah, I would not have been able to pull that out of my
Really?
ass. I need you to give me my multiple choices.
So it's post-war literature. The anti-hero, deprived of traditional values and religious belief, bears the burden of freedom and the total responsibility for his actions. So people coming back from World War II, from Vietnam, and all that stuff. Even recently, Iraq and that supposed war on terror. Yeah. I mean,
I can't.
we all know what that war was for.
Yeah.
All right. So next question. What group of people make up the largest ethnic minority in the United States?
The largest minority?
The largest minority.
White people.
No.
We're a minority now, right?
Well, you probably are. If you take all the minorities and put them together, you guys are the minority.
The largest minority group? Puerto Ricans.
Hispanics. So it says here, currently Hispanics represent the largest ethnic minority in the United States. So we're taking over.
You're ruling the world.
We're taking over.
Ruling the country.
We're gonna take over the country.
Gotta build that wall.
For what? Keeping you
kidding.
all out.
Yes, yes. To get out all of us white riffraff.
Yeah, we'll just shove you all.
I mean, I'm not even kidding. Get us all out.
Just shove you all into one part of the country. Like,
Oh, God.
maybe just shove you all into Georgia, and that's it. And leave you
Hey, now Georgia went blue. We got to protect Georgia.
there. I mean, I feel like all the white people can stay there.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's
Why not
fine.
Texas?
I guess it's too big, and
okay.
it used to belong to Mexico. So
Oh, well,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, you guys don't have a claim over that land. Anyways, you do have a claim over a terrible movie that's coming out soon.
A terrible movie that's coming out soon?
Yes, because we went.
Oh my God, yes.
Tell me about the
Oh my
movie.
God. Okay, so we went to see Spider-Man No Way Home last night. Amazing movie. Amazing. You need to go see it right now.
We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Breathtaking. But they showed some trailers, obviously. Most of them were not interesting.
Except for
in
Batman.
the slightest. And Morbius, kind of.
Eh.
I want to see it. Maybe not in theaters. We can wait till it comes out.
Yeah.
But
Oh, there was the Channing Tatum movie with the dog.
that looked cute. That looked
That
sad.
looked pretty decent.
It looked very sad. Anyway, they showed a trailer.
You imagine he gets
with
an Oscar for that movie.
Jake Gyllenhaal, and I hate to say it, but I have absolutely no idea who the other man is. And Jake Gyllenhaal is trying to talk this other man, his adopted brother, into like robbing a bank with him, basically. And it looks really, really terrible.
It's from
Really
Michael
terrible.
Bay.
Wait, but it gets better. So it's like all this heist stuff. Okay. Then they wind up escaping in an ambulance with an EMT and a cop that they shot. And the rest of the trailer is them just driving down highways in this ambulance with police chasing them and helicopters and screaming and slashing. And we were like, is this a joke? And I was like, I bet you it's called something stupid like The Ambulance, because it's obviously just the rest of the movie is them escaping in the ambulance, and then motherfucker, the movie is called Ambulance. We thought I cannot believe that I had a moment that perfect. I am normally not capable of that kind of witticism.
They told you it's gonna be a stupid name because of Michael Bay, and you're like, it's The Ambulance.
And it's fucking called Ambulance. Ambulance.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
Like, are you kidding me? What else has Michael Bay done?
Transformers.
Right, the
Bad
Shia
Boys.
LaBeouf ones, right?
Yeah. Bad Boys. What was the other?
Isn't
movie?
he really into explosions?
Yeah, he has a.
Did he
boner
do
for
Pirates of the
explosions.
Caribbean?
No, that was Robert Rodriguez and whoever the hell the other guy is.
Are you sure Michael Bay's not part of Pirates?
I'm not sure. Look it up.
Nope, it was Jerry Bruckheimer. I, for some reason, kind of confused Jerry Bruckheimer and Michael Bay. I don't know why. No explanation for it at all.
They sound nothing alike.
Nope, nothing alike.
No, I did like Michael Bay in the epic rap battles of history about directors. He comes in at
Was
the
he
end.
against, like,
No.
Steven Spielberg?
It was Steven Spielberg and Hitchcock, I think, and then Quentin Tarantino came in.
Oh,
I think Stanley Kubrick, and then at the end it's
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Boom,
and,
boom, boom.
And his part is just the funniest shit. He comes in screaming like it's all about the money, getting paid. I even made Mark Wahlberg money dollar bill, yo. What the fuck? It's so funny.
Well, he's not making Jake Gyllenhaal any money because I don't know who the fuck's going to go see that movie.
It probably a lot of people are gonna.
It
go see
looks
the movie.
so
probably the
bad.
same people that watch the Fast and the Furious movies are gonna go watch it.
Gag me.
Yeah, probably people who watched The Town are gonna go watch that movie.
You know, my mom was watching The Town yesterday. She's going to hear this and she's going to be mad.
Oh boy, so she's probably gonna like Ambulance.
Well, she'd like it better if Ben Affleck were in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, you know in what movie Ben Affleck is not in?
Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Thank God. I'd be
Now-
so disappointed.
In a spoiler-free way, tell me what you thought about the movie.
I'm obsessed with the movie. I thought they did everything so well. It is perfect. I could watch it a million more times. They did a really, really, really good job. Really good job. So many ways it could have gone really cheesy, but it was perfect.
It's so good to the point that I don't care if they make any other Spider-Man movies ever again. They could end
Yeah.
they could end the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe here, and I would be happy.
No,
I would
no.
be.
I need Loki answers. No,
I'm good.
I need my Loki answers.
I don't need any answers. I
Nope,
don't need
nope.
any more convoluted multiverse magic
Nothing is
stuff.
ever going to be this good, though.
No,
nothing.
nothing's
Nothing
ever gonna
is
be this
ever
good.
going to be as good as this was.
Everything's just going to be as disappointing as this was.
It was so. Wait, what?
I mean, everything is going to be disappointing after how amazing this was.
Yes. Yeah, no. Go see it right now. Don't risk seeing any spoilers. I didn't have anything spoiled for me. He did. I cried and I cried and I cried and I laughed, and it was so nice because we saw it like the second night. We were in a crowded theater full of like big fans, and we all screamed when certain things happened, and we all clapped when certain things happened, and sobbed together.
It was
great. I mean, we were cheering openly at one point.
There was a dude behind us who was violently sobbing.
Yeah, I could hear that.
Like over all of the
Over
music
me,
and
everything.
You could hear him going.
It was really, really good. Oh man.
It was fantastic. It was great. It
And
was so much fun.
Oh man, I wish I could say specific things.
I mean, we could in a Patreon episode.
When his spidey sense starts tingling, and you know that like the switch has been flipped. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh god,
That
was so good.
was really good. I mean, I guess we could talk about it in a short Patreon episode. We can do and like.
Why don't you guys let us know if that's anything you'd be interested in listening to?
They're definitely interested. They're still waiting for us to do the rest of the Marvel thing. But great thing is that you know how Guardians put me on a Marvel kick.
Yeah.
I talked Guardians last
This
week.
has renewed your Marvel kick.
No, and I
No.
got the Guardian. I got the Marvel Unlimited subscription. And that's fed the fire a little bit. Watching this movie just pushed me over the edge. Like it just like it's making me want to do like the web throwing hand gestures randomly, just see if something comes out.
Pew.
Yeah, because I have the BioShock chain tattoos. Maybe like a
Your webs
chain
will come out of there. Oh
will
god.
come out of my arm.
Let's not.
That would be
It
painful.
could kill Luna.
That would be very painful. All right, so are you ready to get into discussion time?
Yes, I'm so ready.
All right, so this is discussion time.
We are perfectly aware that it is not March, therefore not time for Middle-earth March. But today, the day we are recording, Sunday the 19th, is the 20th anniversary of the Fellowship of the Rings, hitting theaters globally. So I wanted to have a Lord of the Rings celebration episode, and my husband entertained me because he had no game to review this week. Isn't that right?
That's true.
So true.
I mean, I do kind of have a small backlog of games that I can just throw out and do reviews
we just did a
for,
backlog
but-
of
No,
this is stuff that you've played that
that
you
I
haven't
finished,
reviewed.
just like
I
you do,
see.
that you have like
mini reviews.
that you have like 20 books in the back burner just in case for you to
yeah,
pull
I've always
out.
got something
Yeah, I have
that I
like
can pull out of my ass.
I have 3 right now, and I have no idea when they're gonna come out.
Oh God!
And maybe I'll do a purge end of the year, just throw all 3 of them out.
I mean, that could work.
All right, so what's going on?
So, Lord of the Rings 20th anniversary. It's the anniversary weekend of all 3 of the big trilogy movies. It's the anniversary month of all 6 movies, but the Hobbit movies all came out like closer to the beginning of the month. And all of Lord of the Rings. I mean, Two Towers anniversary was yesterday, and the Return of the King was Friday. But obviously 18th and 19th anniversaries for them.
I see.
Yes. But what really, really got me into the mood, well, first I was sad because I saw on Facebook, I follow the Hobbit movie set in New Zealand because they have a bunch of events and they do tours and everything. By the way, that's a bucket list. We got to go do that one day. We have to. But I follow their page and I got so sad when I saw that last weekend they had a huge 20th anniversary movie celebration night on the lawn of the Shire. I am devastated that we are not in New Zealand. Devastated.
We'll get there eventually. But
Eventually.
not anytime soon.
I was looking at their website to see how much their tours are, and we're going to have to take lots of money with us to New Zealand.
Oh boy, why?
It's not that bad. It's like $250 per person in New Zealand money. I don't know what the conversion.
New Zealand money.
Yeah, I don't know what the conversion is.
So
if it would be like more expensive.
So the way that it works is that American dollars are like $1 American is like 20 New Zealand cents. So it's gonna be very expensive.
Oh, why can't it be in like Mexico where everything's so cheap? Remember that scene in We're the Millers? You don't remember the scene where the guy tells them that he'll take a BJ or like 2,000 whatever pesos, and they're like, oh, that's only like $20. Sure, here you go. Something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, so I was really bummed out when I saw that. But then this past week, Stephen Colbert did a 20th anniversary celebration on his show. I stayed up until midnight just to watch this on TV because I didn't want to have to just watch it on YouTube the next day. And that got me so excited. So excited. My favorite takeaway was him being upset that Harry Potter is getting their whole 20th anniversary celebration on HBO Max. Lord of the Rings is getting nothing. He's like, Dumbledore ain't got shit on Gandalf. He couldn't fight a Balrog. He was too busy getting killed by a high school chemistry teacher. So true.
You've stuck with that joke ever since you heard it.
I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. It's so good. But anyway, he made this rap called the Number One Trilly, where he and his band dude rap about Lord of the Rings, and then they bring on all of the hobbits and Orlando and Andy, and Hugo Weaving raps in Elvish. It's amazing.
And Method Man is there.
Method Man and some other rapper guy. You looked up his name. What was his name?
Give me a second.
Vigo's there for like 2 seconds.
I wanted to say that his name was like Slim Mike, but no, it's Killer Mike.
Killer Mike and Method Man.
Yeah.
Method Man had an epic Lord of the Rings hat on. I was obsessed.
It was
and Anna Kendrick, and they were making fun of Anna Kendrick the whole time. I didn't really understand why that was part of it, but maybe... I don't know.
I mean, she did have giant Lord of the Rings statues on her counter.
Well, that all looked so fake. Even her T-shirt looked fake, so I didn't know for sure if that was actually her stuff.
Way too high def.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe Stephen Colbert makes fun of her a lot on his show or something, so they thought. Plus, they had like the Twilight line. And did I say Twilight Wine? Twilight Line.
Yeah.
And the Pitch Perfect thing. So she was an easy comical segue, I guess.
Okay, so how many Pitch Perfect movies are there? 3?
3, I think.
So she was in a trilogy,
saga
and a trilogy.
It's way better than yes, way better than her trilogy. And wait, the Twilight books there are 4.
And there's 5 movies.
Yeah, because they did the whole Harry Potter switcheroo thingy and make it into 2 instead of 1.
You put it on my baby? You named it after the Loch Ness Monster?
It's pretty epic.
So stupid.
So basically, my husband has instructed me that since I wanted the episode to be this way, I have to lead it. But that means that I get to ask you all of the questions that I want.
Oh, boy.
First up. What did the Lord of the Rings mean to you before you met me? Absolutely nothing.
No. This is a weird question. It meant to me good movies and good video games, I guess.
You guess?
Yeah, I never thought about this. So, okay, the first time that I found out about Lord of the Rings I think I was at home during the summer, and there was this show on Entertainment Television
Yes.
where they would talk about upcoming movies. And I remember that this particular episode, they talked about, I think it was an upcoming James Bond movie. They were also talking about the first Jason Bourne movie that was coming out. And they also started talking about Lord of the Rings. And I remembered Lord of the Rings. Oh, there's the tale of this group of people that take a ring to a mountain, and it's going to be divided into 3 movies, and it's going to be directed by Peter Jackson. I remember all of this shit. I must have been like 10 or 9 years old in Puerto Rico, and they were saying all of these in Spanish, and I remembered all of that shit. Then after that, I think the movies came out in theaters. We didn't see them. I had an uncle who was really big into movies, and he had the DVDs for Lord of the Rings. So I asked him if I could borrow it. He lent it to me, and I watched that. It took me like 5 tries to watch the entire movie.
The first one? Are you kidding me? Why?
I found it so boring.
Oh, you're boring.
But I wanted to watch the whole fucking movie. Because the thing is, at the beginning is just the party, and then they're walking, and it doesn't get interesting until they go into Moria. Because that's when all the action starts.
Yeah, that's true.
So I remember watching the movie. I think my dad saw pieces of it, and he kind of got interested, and we started watching the movie together. And I remember this particular moment when Galadriel goes all ghosty and blue and creepy.
Rage Queen.
Yeah, I she's so creepy.
No, Bilbo's totally creepier than her.
No,
Totally creepier.
I remember that scene. That scene happened, and we were
in place of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen.
You know this movie by heart.
I know that one by heart.
It's so weird.
I watched that one so many times. I used to be able to quote it word for word.
Not anymore.
No.
So
I don't try. I don't need to impress people. It's just you.
we saw that scene, and I remember my sister was very little, and she tried to come into the room. And my dad just like pauses the movie, looks at her, and screams at her, "Get out! You can't watch this movie. You're going to be scared." And she just ran out of the room.
Poor Crystal.
And we just kept watching the movie. Later on, I came here to Florida. I think I was around 13 or 14 to a world martial arts tournament because I used to do Taekwondo. And there was this ginormous flea market on 192. I don't know if it's still there or not. And one of the booths was video games, just only video games. You can find anything from the original Nintendo up until that time. I think it might have been the GameCube and PlayStation 2. And I had a Game Boy Advance, and I didn't have many games for the Game Boy Advance because I also didn't have any money because I was broke. And
you were a child.
I was a child. So while looking through the games, I saw 2 games. Wolfenstein 3D, which I remember playing it on my dad's computer when I was very little and having no business playing those games. And the other one was The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. And they were both around $15 each, so I picked up both. I played so much Lord of the Rings. That game was so good.
That's awesome.
It was a Diablo clone, top-down perspective. You get to upgrade your weapons, your equipment, learn new abilities, gain stat points. It was so damn good. Cool thing is that depending on what character you chose, the story in the game would change. So if you would choose Aragorn, Legolas, or Gimli, you would play through the story of, I think it starts in before the Mines of Moria, all the way through to the end of Helm's Deep. If you choose Gandalf, it starts there in the Mines of Moria and then ends on him coming back into Helm's Deep. Frodo, it's his journey from Moria all the way till I don't remember. I don't remember him because I that's the one I least played. I always played as Legolas because bow and swords, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Never an axe.
No, and you could unlock Eowyn and
That's cool.
and play her story, which I never did, but I did unlock her, and I actually have the game and I still have her unlocked. So after that was just the GameCube games and all that, which I reviewed earlier this year, which were a ton of fun.
I played one of those.
Yes, you played Return of the King.
Yes, with what's his name? I can't remember his name.
The
Ghost King. Yeah,
you can't remember the Ghost King?
No, he's such a minor character. I have a hard time remembering his name.
Ghost King.
He has a different name. That's not his name.
The Ghost King. You're not.
Oh my God!
You're trying to impress with your obscure Lord of the Rings trivia.
Man, I used to after I read the Silmarillion, I could sit there and draw you a detailed family tree.
Jesus Christ!
This was my brain was a lot better. 20 years ago.
You were also not sleepy all the time.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't old.
Yeah.
And fat and sad.
You're not fat or sad.
Anyway, okay. So, who would win in a battle? Gandalf or Ganondorf?
The fuck kind of question? Gandalf. He killed the Balrog. Ganondorf doesn't stand a chance.
He's a pig monster.
It does. Yeah, and the Balrog is a pig monster on fire.
He's not a pig monster.
Are you sure?
I can go get my Funko and we can really dissect all of his
features.
Elements, yes.
No. Ganondorf. Come on.
Well, I couldn't help but think of that one time when we were playing Cards Against Humanity with Marina and her other friends, and that one girl pissed me off.
That stupid girl.
When she
was so dumb. Oh my God.
I don't remember what she said exactly, but she definitely mixed the two up.
It's like, oh, is he the one in Smash Bros? Or something like that?
No, he's not, because it was Gandalf and she thought it was Ganondorf.
It's funny. We both got irritated for different reasons.
You were insulted
for Ganondorf.
That she could confuse Ganondorf with someone else. I was upset that Gandalf was misconstrued. Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Now, if you would say who would win in a fight between Gandalf and Darth Vader, or Gandalf and Obi-Wan. Gandalf and Obi-Wan, let's do that. Who would win?
But they're both good.
Who would win? It's a death battle.
I think Gandalf would win.
You think Gandalf would win?
He would definitely win against Darth Vader.
Well, how? Why?
Because he's a badass.
How would he kill?
And he's been alive for thousands of years.
Tell me how he would kill
Vader. With his eagles and his magic. And his sword. His badassery.
Vader has a space laser sword, and he has the Force. He can choke.
Space lasers can't cut regular swords. They just can't.
He can force choke Gandalf. He can kill Gandalf by squeezing his trachea from 100 feet away.
No, Gandalf's powers protect him from Jedi mind control.
It's not Jedi mind control. He's literally squeezing the mass around his neck to kill him.
Gandalf is protected from those things.
Such a fangirl.
Lord of the Rings is so much better than Star Wars.
That's debatable.
Star Wars is good, but Lord of the Rings is better. I judge everything that came after the Lord of the Rings as being lesser than the Lord of the Rings, and having taken inspiration from
books or
the
movies?
Lord of the Rings, the books. The books came long before Mr. Lucas was alive.
It's true.
Well, depending on what year he was born. He may have already been alive. I don't know when he was born, but I do know that he had to have been young enough that he hadn't started working on Star Wars yet. When at least the Fellowship was published. Because, he's still alive now. So, yeah.
So.
But he supposedly stole everything that he did from Dune. Well, not stole. I don't want it to sound like I don't like Star Wars, because I do. But after having read Dune, I can definitely see some things that he borrowed. What?
No, I haven't.
Just like Miss Rowling borrowed a hell of a lot from Lord of the Rings.
Who?
J.K. Rowling.
The
TERF.
the transphobe.
Yes.
Yeah,
She's a bitch.
she's awful.
She was on another rampage this past week, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
How hard is it to be rich and shut the fuck up?
Right. Just go live your rich life in a corner and stop using your platform to be an evil, hateful person. Yeah. Because somebody posted, I had to go down the rabbit hole. Somebody posted, oh man, I bet those Universal execs are losing their minds today with trying to do damage control. Because the day they dropped the Secrets of Dumbledore trailer is when she went on another rampage. It was really bad. I went and read what she wrote. Oh my God, it was so bad. Yeah.
Who was it against? Like people in general, or
I'm not going to say exactly what she said because it was really, really terrible, but it was just like tearing down victims of really terrible crimes while also bashing the trans community.
Jesus Christ.
It was really, really tasteless and terrible.
And
Really, really terrible.
oh Lord.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the Lord of the Rings, because my good old man died before he could have ever said anything really controversial. Thank God.
What? You-
My favorite thing ever got canceled. Watch somebody dig up like an old letter or something that he wrote
like,
and him get canceled.
in like 10 years, a letter's gonna surface saying that Tolkien was a flaming racist.
I hope he wasn't, but I mean, obviously a lot of people back in the day were a product of their time. Yeah.
So there's no black people in Lord of the Rings.
That's not his fault though.
And-
In the film.
Is it?
I don't now. Okay, so I'm rereading the books again right now, and I don't know that he so much described like the exact physical descriptions of these characters.
So it could be something like Bridgerton, where the super rich duke is black in a time where slaves were around.
Now that was something that Shonda Rhimes just completely took
Or like
creative control over.
Hamilton, everybody's black and Puerto Rican.
I mean, if it were a real story, then I'm sure at least half of the people were not white. I'm sure.
I mean, but
It's not real.
Alexander Hamilton was not Puerto Rican.
Oh, God.
Why is he played by Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Because Lin-Manuel Miranda thinks a lot of himself.
God, I hate that guy.
We know you hate him. But I think the Lord of the Rings on Prime is bringing in some non-white people. I hope.
Is that show going to be canon to the series?
I mean, so from what I've read, I think they bought like everything that they could, the rights to everything that they could. So yeah, I mean, technically, we have 256 days and 7 hours.
I mean,
I'm requesting off work that day, no matter where I'm working.
see, because the thing is that in the Lord of the Rings Shadow games, the Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, there's one black person in the entire games.
I think they posted the cast on their Instagram page. Let me look.
And the games aren't canon, but the one black guy is like a commander of the Rohan army. So
Look, just in looking at this glance at their profile grid, there are 2 non-white people there. That's good. Look, more not white people. That's awesome. There are lots of not white people. Yay for progress. Look, more. There is one person who is in Downton Abbey. He was Michael Gregson, I believe. Yes, Michael Gregson, aka spoiler alert, the man who impregnates Edith.
Oh boy.
But yeah, he's white, so we won't talk about him.
Yeah. So what else do you have from this topic that you want to talk about?
Well, since it's the anniversary of the Fellowship, quick, you don't have time to think about it. The very first scene that comes to mind when you think of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Mines of Moria.
Really?
Yep.
Which part specifically?
The tomb.
With Pippin?
No, when
No?
they're fighting all the
Oh,
dark
when
elves.
the cave troll comes in and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting the dark elves, the cave troll comes in.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was a pretty
That
awesome scene.
Okay, mainly because the first time I saw it, I said, that looks like so much fun. I want to be in there.
Right?
And I got to play it in a couple of video games. I'm like, this is so much fun. I wish I could do that in real life. Now I see it. I'm like, I still want to fight a bunch of dark elves.
I
A
watched-
giant fucking troll with a sword.
Oh gosh. I watched and shared a snippet of a video earlier. I think it was like a BBC special or something. But basically just talking, I think we've touched on this before, just talking about like how amazing the filmmaking was here. Like he had the perfect mixture of real life stuff plus the little bit, I mean, obviously some of it had to be CGI,
Okay, yeah,
computer
but this-
imagination, computer imagination.
Computer generated.
Yes.
Okay, so the thing is that he used most of the real stuff for people, like makeup and all that shit.
I mean, the makeup
And, like, the
artistry was
CGI.
mind blowing. You look at, like, say, Lurtz and the fucked up orc
Osog.
from the fucked up orc from The Return of the King.
Oh,
the
the
pink
tumor-
dude. Yes.
The tumor
Look
orc.
at them next to Azog and Bolg.
Oh,
It is a world of difference.
See, I think the
A
way
world of difference.
I think the way it works is because he used like I said, the real shit on the people.
it was all real people with makeup
and he used the fake CGI stuff
for like a
landscapes.
Balrog and like the big battle at the beginning with those hordes of armies. Like you can't do that.
Yeah, like that, and you know, every time there was like a sweeping shot of, let's say, why am I stuck on the mines of Moria, of Helm's Deep, or what's the
Yes, obviously Helm's Deep is not a real building there.
and Minas Tirith,
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So those
And
CGIs,
Rivendell.
those work perfectly well as
Mm-hmm.
long as they're not actual look, you know.
Right. The big sweeping landscapes, the things that are like moving quickly. Yeah.
You know what the problem was with The Hobbit?
What?
They blew the entire budget on animating Smaug.
Oh my God.
So
Well, that was another thing. It's funny.
Asshog fell by the wayside.
It's funny that you bring up Smaug because in this video that I shared, they also talked about like it being like the first groundbreaking use of motion capture with Andy Serkis.
Oh, for Gollum.
Yeah.
For Gollum.
Yeah. The Fellowship, not so much because he's
wasn't-
only shown for
yeah.
like 5 seconds
And
total.
it's just his hand
Him
and
following
he's
them,
screaming.
yeah. Well, yeah, that, and then him following them. Because remember, you see him on the ladder in Moria because he's followed them, and then don't they see him like swimming? I think that might just be in the book where they see him swimming near their boats at the end. What?
I see him swimming. It's like the giant lizard human thing.
Oh God,
Swimming.
I can't.
It's just Gollum.
But yeah, and I mean that led to then Benedict doing motion capture for Smaug. It's really funny to watch the videos of him like writhing around on the floor.
I mean, it is, but it also just like screams about his commitment. To the role.
Right? Right? I mean, like that picture that I showed you the other day of his like dragon roary face. Mm-hmm. So good. But Andy, I mean, like all of that, like crouched down, hopping, that was all him. That was all him. That man must have fucked up his back.
I think it was in the Peter Jackson's King Kong video game. Mm-hmm. I think Andy Serkis did the motion capture for King Kong.
In the game?
And maybe the movie,
The
too.
movie?
I'm not
Really?
100% sure. I think this is what I remember. I'm not going to look it up because I'm just laying back on my chair.
I know
right
he's
now,
Caesar.
being comfy. He is Caesar. And I think, if I'm not remembering correctly, I think he spent months just studying monkey movements. And
I believe it.
he used
For Caesar, if not
he used
Kong.
it in those roles. He used it in Lord of the Rings for Gollum's movement. And he also used it on a game called Enslave Odyssey to the West, which is based on Journey to the West, the Monkey King,
Right. Yeah. No, I know what you're
Son
talking about.
Wukong, Goku, all that. So he studied monkeys to move around. That's awesome.
Well, when I got the extended edition box sets, they come with 2 discs of special features. I would lay in my room and just watch the special features stuff over and over, along with the movies. The Fellowship special extended edition came out on my birthday, the year after the actual movie hit theaters. My birthday.
And you were happy
Happy
about
birthday
that.
to me. Yes.
Did you get her as a birthday gift?
No, I think we went to Walmart and saw it, and I begged for it. Yeah. But in one of those special edition discs, he explains how he came up with the voice. Do you know how he came up with the voice?
How?
His cat coughing up a hairball. Led to the Gollum, the cough thing that he does. Yeah,
That's funny, Precious. That's very funny.
it's pretty amazing.
Yep.
Pretty amazing. There's lots of golden content on those special edition discs. That's how I found out about Sean Astin slicing his foot open when he chases Frodo out into the water. That's how I found out about Viggo breaking his toe when he kicks that helmet. All the things.
How he lost a tooth?
I don't remember how he lost the tooth. I know that's in there. And then, frickin' Orlando, he had, broken his back at some point. Yeah. Yeah. I think he was, jumping out of a helicopter and had broken his back. I can't remember if it was before filming or during filming. But, yeah, he literally broke his back.
Wow.
He's crazy.
That would have been something to see Legolas on a wheelchair, just, jumping on elephants and all that shit, just shooting arrow, rolling around the battlefield in a wheelchair.
Broken back.
That would have been so cool. Mm-hmm. And that would be like a magical wheelchair from fucking Lothlorien or something like that.
Be pretty amazing. See, this is why I need a Blu-ray player so that I can sit down and watch all of these special edition discs again.
So we have to do
because I can't watch them right now.
So we have to do another Lord of the Rings episode where you just talk
Well, we'll
about
do
it.
Middle Earth March, and I'll watch all the special edition discs for that.
I'm running out of games for Middle Earth March. Yes, I did 4.
You gonna
3
replay
big ones.
Shadow of Mordor? Is
should.
Gollum gonna be out in time? When's Gollum coming out?
Probably not. I'm
No?
not sure.
You
And
have to
I'm
look
not
that
sure.
up.
I'm not sure if I want that game.
It looks really terrible. Honestly.
It was a trailer. It wasn't gameplay.
It looked terrible, though.
I mean, the graphics.
He sounded really terrible.
The graphics don't look
Great.
like the movies, obviously.
Well, yeah. Obviously.
I don't know. We'll see.
When am I going to get you to read the books? Because you could do that for Middle Earth March.
That's not gonna happen.
We could read the books together.
No.
What if you read the books and I played the video games?
No.
No? Not even that would get you to do it? Listening to the audiobooks? Ugh.
No.
You hate me.
I don't hate you. I can't. It's too much of a time commitment.
It is a big time commitment. Mm-hmm. It is.
And if I'm gonna commit time to something, it's definitely gonna be a video game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You could listen while you play.
No, because then I missed what's going on the video game. I don't have any games that I can just shut my brain off and play.
Do you not have any silent video games?
No. And if there are silent video games, then the silence is part of the experience.
Oh my gosh.
So.
I tried.
Yeah. So anything else you want to bring up, or should we just go and hop into garbage?
Everyone should have a Lord of the Rings celebration right now.
right now. Stop
Right
the
now.
show.
Yep.
Go celebrate. Come back for garbage.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. So I guess it's time for...
Give me the garbage.
Give me the garbage.
This week's restaurant is Kobe Steakhouse in Orlando. I think it's called Kobe Steakhouse, isn't it? Or is it just Kobe?
I think it's Kobe Japanese Steakhouse or something like that.
Steakhouse and Grill, something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our restaurant. We have both eaten there once before, long time ago, with our former significant others.
Yes.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
And then I just never went back because it's too expensive, honestly. But Uber Eats came in clutch with a 50% off your order. So why not get Kobe when it's 50% off? So I got the chicken dinner and he got the steak dinner. It comes with rice and noodles, fried rice and noodles, but I chose to sub my noodles for double rice. He got the rice and the noodles, but the steak actually also comes with potatoes.
It does.
Which is kind of, sort of really random. But the really funny part of this is I knew that each entree came with a white sauce. But I was like, I need all of the white sauce in the world. So I ordered 3 extra white sauces with each entree, not knowing how large these white sauce containers are. They are huge. Huge. We have white sauce for days and days and days.
We have been drinking white sauce nonstop since what, Tuesday?
I don't even remember when it was.
And we still have white sauce left over.
We do still have white sauce.
Everything that we eat, drink, or whatever, we put white sauce in.
It has to have white sauce with it.
Have you guys ever drank milk with white sauce?
Okay, he is kidding, just for legal purposes. He's kidding.
Am I? Try it out. Let me know.
Anyway, so we also got it with gyoza. Now, I feel like I would have enjoyed this food worlds more if it had been hot. Unfortunately, it was nowhere near hot by the time it finally got to us. Now, the gyoza was good, and I really liked how the edges were crispy. No? What do you have to say about the gyoza?
They tasted good.
Yeah.
They were cooked thoroughly, and even cold, they still had a good flavor. I don't like deep fried gyoza.
Why?
I like pan fried gyoza.
Oh.
Where, you still got the crunchy bottom
Right.
or side, and then the rest of it is soft and has a nice chew to it.
These were not soft at all.
No, they were very, very hard. And because they were cold, the shell itself felt not crispy or crunchy or flaky. It felt kind of gummy and hard.
Yeah, but it still tasted good. It would have been so much better if it had still been hot.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah,
have.
it would have been.
And the sauce that they gave with it was kind of a smack in the face. It was really strong.
It was very pungent.
Yes.
But it worked well like any other type of sauce for, gyoza.
And I think they were chicken gyoza, so they weren't quite what we're used to.
They were chicken?
I think they were.
That's unfortunate.
I'm pretty sure they were. Anyway, so my entree, I got the chicken, and it also comes with roasted veggies or steamed veggies, so like broccoli, zucchini,
It's like
carrots,
pan-fried
onions.
veggies, something like that.
And oh my gosh, I mean, that fried rice, just so freaking good. You get a spoonful of white sauce and a spoonful of rice. Heaven. Heaven.
I disagree. The rice.
What?
The rice by itself was really good.
What?
The white sauce, I put way too much white sauce on mine.
Well, I mean, we have lots of containers of it,
And
so use it
like,
up.
It was like eating, what's it called? Creamed rice.
Yeah. Creamy rice.
So it was like rice and underneath a pool of white sauce. So I would use the the chopsticks, and like white sauce would just like drip out of it, like if I was wringing a towel, but it was rice instead. No, I really like the rice because they put eggs in it, and they put a lot of scallions in it.
Lots of eggs and lots of scallions.
And the scallions didn't wilt or anything when they were being cooked. So every time you bite into it, you got that really nice oniony scallion taste with the eggs, and the rice was just cooked perfect. It was really, really
The chicken was cooked really, really well and seasoned really
I didn't
well.
try the chicken.
I should have let you try a piece. It was amazing.
You tried the steak, right?
Yes, it was very good.
The steak was very tender. It was seared well. Inside, it was juicy. It was good steak. It was really good steak. I mean, for the price of the food, it's good steak.
And your noodles and potatoes?
The potatoes were actually pretty good. I was surprised at how good they were.
They were tasty.
Yesterday, we ordered the same thing for dinner because, we still have that 50% off.
Off 3 orders.
And yesterday, the potatoes were really bad, and I feel like they ruined the entire plate for me. But the first time when we got it, when we actually, used it to review for this week, they were really good. They were really well seasoned. They were cooked thoroughly. They did have a little bit of a char to them from the wok they use, or whatever the hell that shit's called. And they were pretty good. The noodles were great. They were bouncy, stretchy, fully flavored, lots of scallions. They were perfect with the white sauce and the steak and everything. They were really, really good noodles. I really enjoyed those noodles. The vegetables, I didn't care for.
I loved them. I thought they were really tasty. I thought the zucchini was kind of really soggy, though. The rest of the veggies were really good. Didn't you really like the onions?
I really liked the onions because the onions were cooked, but they weren't translucent. So you still got... It was kind of like in a middle point between cooked and raw. And you still got that raw onion flavor, but you don't get the nasty bite that you get with heavy raw onion when you eat a lot of them.
Right.
And they were soft, they were still crunchy and everything, so they were really good bite. Just like when you buy a Whopper and you let it sit in the bag from Burger King over to your house, and the heat from the burger just kind of wilts a little bit the onion, like that, but a little bit more cooked.
That's a lovely comparison.
It's really good. I really like those onions like that. The broccoli and everything else, I can go without.
I loved it. I normally don't like cooked carrots, but these weren't like super soft. So
yeah, they had
tastier.
They had a nice bite to them too. They were in between soft and hard.
Mm-hmm. They were good.
So honestly, I really liked it. Second time, I did not enjoy my meal at all. I found it very disappointing, as opposed to the first time when we had it, where I thought it was fucking garbage. So
everybody has a hit or miss.
yeah, I mean,
everybody.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. And it was also Saturday night.
Yeah.
Saturday night, like at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
They're packed.
Later
so
evening. Mm-hmm.
I don't blame them for for how much I did not like my food yesterday. So yeah, what are we doing with Kobe?
I think we're giving it garbage. It's still very good food.
Yeah, definitely.
We at least we had it really good the first time.
Yeah.
I hate that it was. I mean, I thought it was better the second time, personally.
I didn't.
I did.
They also have sushi. They have a bunch of other stuff when you go into the actual building, and they do like the whole cooking in front of you thing, the onion volcano.
Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking. The onion volcano. Yes. Don't they normally like toss the eggs around too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that wanted to eat the onions after they did the volcano?
No, I wanted to eat them too.
And
Yep.
they just leave them there.
I thought they chopped them up and added it to the... No?
No. Last time I went, they didn't. Well, the only time I went, they didn't.
I think you're crazy. I think they add them.
No, they did. Because I kept looking at it, and he just had it sitting off to the side. And I was telling my ex, like, is he going to put that in the food? And he never did.
Please?
Can I just have it? Just let me eat all those onions.
I love onions.
Yeah. Yeah, so Kobe's pretty great. It's expensive, but it is garbage.
I mean, yeah, get that 50% off Uber promo.
Definitely. And don't let Luna's boof boof scare you off from the podcast. She's having a nightmare right now. Let me wake her up.
Luna.
All right, so Luna's been woken up. She's sitting right here on my lap.
She's going to help us record the housekeeping.
Yeah, she's going to help us record the housekeeping. All right, Luna. Did you learn your assignment and learn how to read? She said no. Okay, so let me put her back down. So again, housekeeping. Plug in the Patreon again. $2 a month. Remember to go in. Please vote for the Backlog of Doom.
Please vote for me, my stuff. He has all the votes. I need votes too.
Yeah, so there's two posts, not posts. Two posts. One of them says Backlog of Doom games, and the other one says Backlog of Doom books. So please just make sure you go into both of them to vote. We would really love it if you guys did. I know a lot of you did. We're just missing the votes on Carradin's books.
Everyone hates me.
Now, remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole and on Facebook at facebook.com/anovelconsole. Don't forget, you can also tell your friends that they can find the podcast on most major podcast streaming platforms and that they can also listen on YouTube by searching for A Novel Console. Don't forget to tell them to subscribe, like, and comment, which we would like if they did. You should also leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts so that more people can find us. And you can also email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com. And we will read your email on the show. Or we won't. Depends. Whatever you want. So, yeah, send those emails in. And our art was done by Metamorphic on Instagram. You can find her link in the show notes. And with that, I think the fellowship 20 years later enjoys Kobe is over. Anything you want to say before we end the show?
Thank you for listening to me ramble about the Lord of the Rings.
You always do. And you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.